Hi everyone, Tasha here and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to create an easy card using items from the Hedgehog Hollows September subscription box. This is the card we're going to create together and it's a fun dessert themed birthday card. We're going to use the 2 scoops layered stencil set, the You Bake Me Happy stamp set, and the Sweet Sentiment stamp set. All these items are included in the kit and they have a really fun dessert theme. To begin, we're going to start with the stencil design. I wanted to do the stenciling first. This way I could put it aside and let it dry a little bit while I worked on the other parts of the card. I used some low tack tape just to adhere the stencil to my work surface, and the paper I'm using is actually mixed media paper. I do like using the mixed media paper for stenciling. I just think it holds the ink really well and it gives you a nice clean image. I'm going in with the top layer then once I was done with the cones. And instead of doing the ice cream scoops all one color, I decided to use 3 different shades of Distress Oxide ink. I'm starting with Worn Lipstick for the top, and I'm going to cover 2 rows of the ice cream with this color. For the middle, I'm going in with some shaded Lilac, and this is just a really pretty purple shade. And I'm using that just for that center area. I wanted these ice cream cones to be different colors, but I wasn't sure how I wanted to add the different colors. But I kind of like this, it's kind of like a rainbow look in a way. You could do like a rainbow look, but I just kind of like that you have the 3 different shades. To end the bottom part, I use Salvaged Patina. I just love this color. Since I got it, I use it often. It's kind of like a really pretty teal tone and it looks really good with those brown cones. After I was done stenciling, I went over to my Misty and I'm going to do some stamping. I'm going to use the outlined cupcake from the You Baked Me Happy stamp set. This cupcake can be layered or you can use it alone because it does have a solid color layer. So this would actually be the outline of a cupcake. I'm going in with some Color Hive Eclipse black ink. This ink is really nice and dark and you really only need to stamp most of your images once. I'm using the Maker Forte Smoosher tool to give even pressure and that just had to be stamped 1 time and I had a nice dark image. I'm adding one of the included pick banners in the set. It has one that has a heart and this one just kind of has like a flag banner shape, and inside of it I'm going to stamp happy birthday. This set also includes these little sentiments that fit inside the banners, and I just love the little happy birthday one because I think it's so cute to have the little banner with the happy birthday on the cupcake and then have all those ice cream cones around. It's really fun and I think it's a sweet looking birthday card. Next, I'm going to go in with a piece of Eclipse black cardstock and I'm going to do some embossing. I wanted another sentiment on this card and I thought it would look nice since we had so many bright colors and a lot of white to have it black paper with the white embossing on top. This is from the Sweet Sentiment stamp set and the sentiment I selected is the word sweet. I'm using Color Hive Clear for the embossing and this is a really nice ink to use for embossing. Again, you only really need to stamp things 1 time. And then I'm just going in with some white fine embossing powder. I love the way that this sweet is kind of like a bold font and it shows up really well with embossing. Sometimes if your lettering is too small or too close together, you can't really see it as well, but this is spaced out this is spaced out really nicely so that when you do the embossing, it's nice and clear. I took it over to my trimmer and just trimmed it down a little bit to make sure that it would fit the way I wanted it on my card. And I'm just using my Tim Holtz little tiny paper trimmer. This trimmer is really nice too because it fits on my little work surface and it's just perfect for card makers because if you don't need to cut a big piece of 12 by 12 paper, it works really well. I'm also cutting a piece of vellum, and the vellum I'm going to use on top of that stenciled background once I'm done with all of my coloring. Now I'm going to go in and color the cupcake. I'm just doing some Copic coloring, just kind of coloring the cupcake frosting pink, and then I'm going to use a nice shade of teal and like aqua blues for that bottom cupcake paper, and then some hot pink for the banner. I did originally start by trying to do the pick part a pink color, but I really kind of wanted the black detail on that stick part that kind of goes into the frosting. So I changed it up and made the banner part a really bright hot pink. I'm adding some little white details. If you followed me for a while, you know I like using my gel pens. I have the gold, the silver, the white. I love adding little pen details. And then once I was done, I actually cut the little cupcake out. So now we're going to assemble our card. This is just a normal A2 size card, and I'm using a piece of pattern paper from Maker Forte. Isn't this pink color pretty? And then on top of the pink paper, I'm adding that stencil design that we just created. There was some time for it to dry, so I didn't have to worry about smearing the ink, but I did have to struggle a little bit on my layering. I don't know what it is. I just cannot get layers straight. So it did take 2 tries just to line it up correctly. Once I was done with that, this is where I'm going to put that little piece of vellum. I just thought a little piece of vellum between the cupcake and the stenciled background just gave it a little more detail, and I really liked the look where it was kind of like the ice cream is on the top, the bottom, and you can still see it through the vellum, but there was a spot for the cupcake to go on top. So I just added some glue runner on my cupcake, the same glue runner I used for all the layers, and put it over the part that I used on the vellum to attach it to that center card. So then you don't see the tape because the cupcake is covering it up. Lastly, I'm going to add my little sweet sentiment, again with that same glue runner, and I'm just putting it over to one edge. I just kind of like how that looks. And that white just pops with all of the white background, that white lettering. It looks so great with the black. I wanted a little more sparkle, so I did grab these glittery enamel dots, and I just put them on randomly, just kind of, you know, in the corners. I have the different sizes and just wanted a little bit more detail. I should have used my little poker tool to help with those dots, but it still worked out. This is another project I made with the set using items from the kit and then a really fun sprinkled pattern paper from Maker Forte. I hope you enjoyed today's project and definitely check out the Hedgehog Hollow subscription box, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.